So to these things, we added all the things. So we added the relationship model, as I said, the Salesforce journey, operations, every operation in the bank. So where the data goes there, they go to the Banque de France, they come back, they go to another place, validation, terrorism, checking, everything. We map everything. All the involved interfaces, the partners, because we work with external partners, all the data, and the omnichannel percentage, because some things there were not in every part of the customer journey. So how we design that? We have these two roles in the team: customer journey expert and a UX designer. So both with the product owner, they are the core team. So they decide, but it's not they decided, they try to work on the definition of this experience for a functional part of the application. So they collect user and business information. They carry out the benchmark. It's still important to benchmark what the other banks are doing, or even other services in outside banking. Identify the type of customer journey. It's a subscription type. It's a more usage type. It's important to define that because all the subscription customer journey should be more or less the same for the user. We perform user research. The people know what it is now. A small one, a big one, depending of the type of the project. We prepare and organize cross-discipline internal creative workshops. That was really important to do. And we start defining the customer experience. So key points, breaking points, the moment of truth, the blocking points, which are really opportunities for us. So this core team work with a community for the definition. So Orange, Groupama, risk, compliance, everyone in the bank has been involved. But then this is quite special for our case because the product owners, they were new. So we in the customer experience design team, we follow up the product owners, we assist the product owners to do several things. So in our case, UX goes with product owner and developers. It's quite summarized. They go to make it real. So the usage of the application to make it real, create interfaces, mockups, developing it, checking, testing, all the production stuff. And the customer journey expert in the team, they go with the product owner to see and to check that operationally the bank can provide this experience. And it's important to do that. And it's important, though, both of them to talk to each other. Say, hey, developers say that this is not possible and it will have an impact on the global customer journey. Check with the operations that this impact is going to be okay. Or on the other side, and this is the typical one, operations inside the bank say, no, this is a regulation thing, we cannot do that. David, you are very funny, but it's not possible. So we have to go up again and change the experience we want to put in place. And it has an impact on UX. So that's what we're doing today. And the maintenance of this customer journey is follow-up testing. We do continuous improvement or UX and UI enhancements of customer journey based on user feedbacks. That's obvious. And we update with the open questions. When we carry on the customer journey, we detect that there are open questions that even the bank doesn't know how to answer. So we wrote all them, and we try to solve these questions. We do evaluate the customer journey, and we do evaluate them with like this spider thing. Are they innovative? Are they have support? So the bank is able to support the customer during the customer journey. It's reassuring for them. For banking services, it's important. It's intuitive. It's smooth. There are no blocking things. Everything is happening okay. And with that, we can define the customer journey can be defined by a surface, and we can start detecting customer journey by looking at their different surfaces. There is one example here. We have a customer journey that is quite innovative because it's on the top, on the innovation, but it's not smooth. So a lot of blocking points. We detect that there are still things that are not working good. We are a new bank, so there are things that still have to be improved. And we don't have support. Let's say bank is not able to assist the customer in the blocking points he will find. So it's maybe a good customer journey or good functionality or good service for a lab, for testing with people in order to understand their behavior with that customer journey, but it's actually not a good surface type to include that in our mainstream of development. So that we work with that, and we try to categorize all the customer journey. And after that, we create a reference guide. What is a reference guide for us? What we decided to provide to the COMEX, to the top management, we say, okay, I want to show you how the bank is going to work when you are going to launch. So this is all the customer journey, and inside we have all the end-to-end customer journey with the moment of truth, with the good things that we will have, the journey evaluation that we just seen, identification of differentiation and emotional engaging experience. So we also detail for each customer journey which are the emotional experience and which are the moment of truth. Open question and identify risks for launching. That's an important thing. So we say to top management, here is the risk we have, and here is the open questions we have, and we didn't manage to solve them. If you're okay, but you know that that's the case. And at the end is the list optimization and enhancement. So we know everything about our customer journey, and we have a book and we have a view before launching. It's important because the bank will know how it will work. It's important for us because after launching we will see which is the difference between the reality, which should be the same, and what we design and what we gather from all the operational teams. And it's important for the COMEX, for the top management. So an important thing, and it's important for banking, as we have a lot of emotional upsets, like when you lose your card or your telephone, or you are how to say that, fraud. So there are quite emotional upsets that if we are there and we propose a great experience at that moment, the people, there will be a link, and it will be difficult to break it. We work for doing that. So a big amount of boxes going up, because that was a very hard work and very, very, very transversal work inside the company. And we continue. And that's here. These are an important thing for us, which was the credit card. The credit card is the only material thing that the people will have. So it's the link. This is only the only material link we have between our digital services and the customer. So it was a moment of happiness. And for service design, we start doing service design. Also for the bank was not something that they were used to do it. So we start saying, okay, there are some functionalities or some services or some problems that the people have today, and we see that we want to take into account and try to solve them. And there is one, which is the one that we started at the very beginning. So that's the difference between how the bank is going to talk to us in terms of artificial intelligence. So how they are going to address to ourselves, how they are going to say that we have a problem, how they are going to say that don't spend too much on restaurants this month because you are not very great on your accounts. So how they are going to talk to us. Are we an advisor? Or are we a coach? That's a really great question that I'm not going to answer. We are still working on that. We don't have time to enter into the details. But it is a very, very interesting thing that it takes now for us more than 6 months to analyze how this conversational mode will interact with users. That's the conference before, the conference after. I think Gregory also will talk about that. There is a lot of experience challenge here, and we can be pertinent or we can be completely disturbing people if we are not doing that properly. So we don't want to make a mistake on this.